In the Ms. Pat Show Season 5, Episode 6, one of the funniest running beats is how everyone immediately assumes Terry is about to get fired the moment things start going wrong. What makes it work isn't just the joke itself, but how perfectly it fits the show's long-standing family dynamics and Terry's position in the household. The fear isn't random. It's built on history, patterns, and the family's understanding of how Ms. Pat operates under pressure. Terry has always been the most anxious member of the family when it comes to stability. He's the one who values routine, reputation, and order the most, and that makes him especially vulnerable when chaos hits. In Episode 6, with Mr. President coming to the house, the stakes feel unusually high. This isn't just another family disaster. It's a moment where appearances matter. So when something even slightly threatens that image, everyone's instinct is to look at Terry and think, this is about to be his fault somehow. Part of the humor comes from how automatic the reaction is. No one waits for proof. No one asks questions. The assumption that Terry might be fired happens instantly, as if it's the most logical outcome in the world. That exaggeration is classic Ms. Pat Show comedy. The joke lands because it reflects a truth the audience already knows. Terry is often the emotional lightning rod when things go wrong, whether he deserves it or not. It's also funny because of how Ms. Pat herself handles stress. When she's under pressure, especially pressure tied to status or respect, she goes into survival mode. In that mode, she doesn't calmly analyze situations, she reacts. Terry, being the closest adult and the one most concerned with doing things right, becomes the easiest target for her frustration. The family knows this. So when the episode ramps up tension, everyone braces for the fallout to land on him. The fear of Terry being fired also highlights how precarious success feels for this family. Even though they're doing better than they used to, there's still a deep-rooted belief that stability can vanish at any moment. Terry losing his job represents more than just income. It represents the return of uncertainty. That's why the reaction is so exaggerated. It's not just a joke about work. It's a joke about how fragile their sense of security still feels. What really sells the humor is Terry's own reaction. He doesn't dismiss the idea as ridiculous. He panics internally because, on some level, he believes it too. That shared anxiety between him and the rest of the family turns the situation into comedy. Everyone is projecting fear onto him, and he's absorbing it without resistance, which makes the moment even more ridiculous and relatable. The episode uses this fear as a pressure valve. While the family is trying to act respectable for Mr. President, the Terry might be fired, panic becomes a quiet, ongoing joke bubbling under the surface. It cuts through the tension and reminds the audience that no matter how important the guest is, this family is still operating on old instincts and emotional habits. Ultimately, it's funny because it's familiar. The audience knows Terry isn't actually the villain, and deep down, the family knows it too. But in moments of stress, logic disappears, and someone always becomes the scapegoat. In Episode 6, that someone is Terry, and the way everyone collectively instantly panics about his job turns that fear into one of the episode's most perfectly timed comedic moments.